What's up, everybody? Today we are going to finally do the review of all these Vincita bags behind me. I'm going to tell you the things I did like about them. I'm going to tell you the things I didn't like about them. I'm going to give you my real world experience using them on a 400+ mile bike ride through Japan. Let's get right into it. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that this year I did a 400+ mile bike ride on this Brompton right here behind me in Japan. It was an amazing experience, and the bags behind me are the only bags that I used during the trip. All of my stuff went into these bags that I brought with me. So let's get started with bag number one. Okay, the first bag that we're going to talk about here is the rear bag. This is the bag that goes on the back of the bike. It attaches to the back rack. This particular model can fit, I think, a couple different Brompton lines. Mine, as I've explained before, is a Chapter 3, which is somewhere between the P and the T, but it uses mostly P line accessories. So the rack on the back of my back is a P line, and this was supposed to fit on the back of a P line. So the first thing I'll talk about with this bag is the attachment system. As you can see, it's still a little dirty from my trip. This is a system by a company called ClickFix. It says right here, made in Germany. Obviously, this part is not made by Vincita. It's attached to the bottom of the bag. And when I initially got this bag and had to fit it for the back rack, I'm gonna be honest, it was a bit of a challenge. You can see here on the bottom, there's 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. And these screws are what you basically move to adjust it to fit to the back of the rack. Now the back of the rack on the P line, it kind of has like it goes out a little bit. It's not straight, it goes out like that. And you can see that on the bottom here, wider at the bottom and thinner at the top. This created a bit of an issue. It took me quite a while to get it in there, and I was a little nervous because this is plastic, and granted it's pretty hard, tough plastic, but in order to get this one smaller than this one, you kind of have to bend the plastic out and then ratchet it down really tight. First I was like, is this even gonna fit? Is this actually even possible to fit it on this rack? Yes, it is, and it did. So you want to get a very precise fit. But once it did adjust, there were no movements in these screws at all, so the fit never changed. Felt very snug on the bike. There were no issues with rattling, no issues with movement. It never came unclipped while I was riding, no issues like that. And then getting it on and off is just really easy. You just clip these on and clip them off. Basically just line up these pads with the rail on the bike and then clip it on, and it works great. So overall, I would say installation was a bit of a challenge, but once it was on, zero issues with the actual mounting system. Okay, now I'm gonna get into the first thing about this bag that I didn't really care for. This is not a major issue, it's a minor issue, but I'm gonna explain it anyway. So, as you can see with the design of this bag, the attachment method sits kind of in the middle, but there's a pretty decent amount of overhang on the back of this bag, right? Like 4 inches of overhang on the back. And the issue was, when I was riding, I crammed this full of stuff. As I said, I only really had 2 bags with me to fit all of my essentials in. When the back of it was weighted down, you can kind of see it here, but it kind of slouches. Basically, it has like an overhang. You can kind of see it here. So it kind of like, and it never created an issue, like it never rubs on the tire. Not mission critical, but something to be aware of. So let's talk the positives. Now, this bag is small, relatively. I don't know if it's necessarily designed to be taken on a multi-day trip. As you can see from the inside, you know, it's pretty much just one big compartment in there. And then there's some little pouches on the side that you can maybe put a laptop or something like that in. For me, basically, I use this as my clothing bag. When I ride, I usually only bring like 2 to 3 changes of clothes with me, because in Japan, specifically, you can do laundry really easily in most hotels. All of my clothes fit in the main component area. And then on the outside area here, I was able to fit my drone and my controller in there. And then that left this side free for, you know, little things like my wallet, things that I needed to access easily. I could slip into this pocket here. This part up here is kind of like a little mesh thing. Originally, I thought maybe I'd be able to put a water bottle in there, but it didn't really work out because there's not really a bottom to it, so the water bottle would just kind of slide out. So I ended up actually putting some rags in here that I used to clean my bike that I didn't want to put it with my other stuff, and then cinched it up so it would kind of be on the outside of my bike so it could be dirty. That's kind of the only real use case I found for it, because I wouldn't really put anything else in here that would be valuable because it's just not particularly secure. Overall, I'm going to give this bag an 8 out of 10, and that's because I really dug all the features on it. I like the spaciousness of it. I also like the fact that it's compact. I like that it's spacious and compact. It has a lot of room in it, but it's not overly big. The only points off are really for the difficulty in setting up the system on the bottom to attach to the back of the bike and the way that it overhangs on the bottom. I'm probably going to do a long-term review someday of this to see how much this actually is affected by it. Next, we're going to talk about the front bag. And this one's actually relatively easy because I'll say straight away, I didn't really have any problems with this bag. It connects to the Brompton front carrier block via this little plastic insert thing. This system never failed me, no issues there. Super easy to get on and off the bike. It has a handle in the back for the Brompton attachment system, so you can actually take this whole system out via Velcro, and you could theoretically put this plastic front rack onto a different bag, I guess, if you wanted. Access is pretty easy. You got a Velcro strap that opens, and then you got a clamp that unclamps, and you got a Velcro that unvelcros, and you got a zipper that unzips. So it's a multi-stage process, which I kind of like because it gave it a little bit of extra safety. But it's nice because also in the back, there's a little opening, so you can actually get quick access when you're riding the bike. If you need to grab something, you can grab right in, zip it back up. The bag just kind of did its job, to be honest. It stayed on the front. There was no rattling, no major movements. It has enough space in it. Again, it's not massive, as you can see. It's not huge, but there's enough space in there to fit everything that I personally needed for the trip. I never felt like I was running out of space. I really like the two pockets up in the front, so they can actually fit a decent amount of stuff in there. This has a little key loop on it that I never used, but use the two front bags constantly. And then on the rear, it's the same story. I love the water bottle holder. I use that every single day. A little bungee cord here, kind of frayed a little bit here, but not a big deal. So I use this every day. The water bottle never came out, super snug. And then this little bag here was also great because I could put my battery pack in here. So I left my battery pack in here. Whenever my phone needs charged, my GoPro needs charged, whatever, I can kind of run a wire right out of there into my phone. So overall, I would say very useful. I mean, the construction, as you can see, it still kind of looks brand new, even though I've now put over 500 miles on this bag in the rain, in the sleet, in the dust, in the not the snow, in the different elements of Japan, and it's still kind of held up and looks great. So this one, I'm gonna give this bag a 9.5 out of 10. I have zero issues with it. I actually don't have anything really bad to say about it. The only thing that I will say is that this bag is a bit of a sail. And what I mean by that is when you're riding the bike, and this is attached to the front of it, and you have a wind coming towards you, which happened for about 7 hours one day while riding, it catches a lot of wind and it will slow you down. But the reason I don't dock any points for that is that this is not a design flaw of this specific bag. Any bag you get on a Brompton is usually pretty big, and when you put it on the front, it kind of is flat and is going to have that problem. So it's not really an issue with the bag, I would say. It's just more of an issue with the general design of any bag on a Brompton. This bag will stay in the family and will definitely come with me on future rides. All right, I'm going to talk for a minute about rain covers that come with these bags. So both the front and the rear bags come with these extremely bright colored neon rain covers. Now, essentially this is just a big shower cap. It has an elastic band on it, and this is a waterproof material. And what it does is basically to keep the bag water resistant. If the bags on their own are not water resistant, they're not waterproof. So this is kind of a necessity. I did one day in the country where it rained for about 8 hours. So I rode 8 hours in the rain. Overall, these things did pretty well. I think they're maybe not designed to be able to handle 8 hours in the rain. For the most part, my things were dry. After about 6.5 hours in the rain, some of the water would basically get pooled up in the bottom here because it would drip down from the top and then pool up in the bottom. So I had kind of a pool of water. So the bottom of the bag got a little wet. Nothing in my bag really got soaked. Some of it got like a little bit damp, but nothing that was ever like an issue where things got wet. But something to note that, again, these bags are definitely not rated for waterproof. So that's maybe one slight point off and could be a deal breaker for some people. But for the most part, the covers did their job. And I would say if you're riding in any light rain or, you know, maybe an hour of rain, it's not really a problem. But for me, it wasn't a deal breaker, but it's definitely something to be aware of, that you will need to use these covers if you plan on riding in the rain. Okay, next we're going to talk about the frame bag, which is one of my favorite bags of the whole situation. So it's curved and it fits right between the front and the back. And when you fold the bike, it folds up perfectly with no issues. It does not impede the breaking down or the folding of the bike at all, which is wonderful. You get a zipper on top, and in this bag, I kind of use this as my like dirty bag. So this would contain all of my tools, my bike chain lube, my grease, anything else that I needed that was kind of like my bike lock, that was kind of like would get dirty would go in here, and things that I would need for easy access. It basically now just lives on my bike. This is the one thing I just haven't taken off the bike. On the bottom here, you can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4 straps that keep it in place. They're really heavy duty Velcro straps. I will say the bag can move a little bit from side to side, but it doesn't move that much. But if you really don't want it to move, you have to crank these straps down really hard. And you can crank them down no problem because the Velcro is very heavy duty, but you really have to make sure that they're really tight. The first time I installed it, it wasn't tight enough and the bag was kind of moving from side to side. But then once I was able to kind of really crank them in, no issues at all. There's a little bit of a rubber on the bottom of the bag too that kind of also makes it a little bit non-slip. Overall, I would give this bag right here a 9 out of 10 also. The usability of this bag and the versatility is awesome. This to me was a big win for sure. Okay, next we're going to talk about the Vincita bike bag cover. Now, this was another kind of surprise hit for me. As I've said before in many videos that I've made, and I'm going to say it one more time, if you're taking a bike on a train in Japan, you have to have a bag to put the bike in. They will not let you on the train without a bag. In Japan, they call it a Rinko bag, but really, it's just any bag. The entire bike has to be covered. It keeps the train clean, it keeps everything safe, it keeps everything compact, it keeps everything in order. I've seen people try to get on trains without bags and they get denied. Don't even try. It's a courtesy and it's also a hard rule, so do not even try. There's your disclaimer. Getting into the bag itself, I've talked about this before, but it fits really easily right here up on the Brompton. There's these 2 little Velcro straps that strap to the bottom of your saddle. Then you have this little cable that kind of keeps it taut. It stayed on the back of my bike the entire time I was riding, and I never even once knew it was there, never thought about it, never bothered me, never got in the way, never even felt it. Its design in terms of attaching it to the bike is fantastic. Now, this bag folds up very compact, as you can see, but it's also very sturdy. I use this bag every single day of my trip. Honestly, any other time I travel with this bike to any country, including America, I would bring this bag with me. I was nervous a little bit about the overall quality of the bag. When you deploy the bag, you put it on the ground, you put the bike in it, it would get scratched, it would get scuffed. It's metal touching concrete. I kind of thought maybe I would get a hole in it or a rip in it. No rip. The bag still looks brand new. No issues with it at all. I give this bag a 10 out of 10 because it provided no issues. This is a no-brainer, to be honest. Okay, the moment you've all been waiting for. I've gotten a lot of comments asking about this bag, and I'm actually pretty excited to talk about it. So this is the travel bag. This bag is designed to have the Brompton loaded into it and then put onto any forms of transportation. I use this bag to transport the bike from New York to Japan via air. I'm gonna get into some details about the construction of the bag, how it actually works, and then my experience using it and if I had any issues with it. First, let's talk about general overview of this bag. It is specifically designed to fit a Brompton standard size, not the G-line, and take it on transportation. I had no damage on the bike and no issues with the bike during flight transportation straight away. So already we're in a good place because it did basically the one job it was supposed to do. So like I explained in a previous video, I had a multi-stage trip. The first part of the trip was with my wife, and the second part was with my dad, and the third part was by myself. I opted to rent a car for the travel with my wife. So when we got into Haneda, we rented a car, and I was able to fit this thing into the trunk of the car pretty easily with no issues, and also fit both of our suitcases in the back of the car, no problem. So what I ended up doing was basically bringing this bike around with me for 10 days as a transport between A to B. It does work pretty well. Obviously it's a bit overkill because it's kind of huge, so you don't really need this level of protection to be transporting the bike on a daily basis in a car. But since this is what I had, it worked out fine for me, and I didn't really find it very cumbersome or had any issues with it at all. So initially, right when we got out of the airport, this came into play. So on the bottom here, you got 4 wheels. So these detach on this model, which is really nice because then you don't have to worry about them breaking off during transportation. So I took them off while I was checking the bag, but then immediately put them back on as soon as I got in the airport. The 2 in the front can spin and the 2 in the back are fixed. So it makes for a really easy kind of transportation of the bag. They roll really smooth. I had no issues with them breaking or jamming or anything like that. And I basically kept them on the bag the entire time once I got off the plane. The bag has a unique packing system where you basically get this separate bag here that comes with it included, and you fill this up with your clothes or anything else. So I filled it with all my clothes, and then basically this part just sits on top of the bike to provide an extra layer of padding while traveling, so that, you know, the bag is relatively thin. There's not a ton of padding on it. There's a little bit, but not a lot. For me also, I went ahead and bought some tennis balls and basically taped these. I cut holes in them and taped them to the ends of the Brompton, the part that I thought would maybe be like the biggest pressure points. Once part one of my travel was done and I was back at the airport to see my wife off and pick up my dad, I was gonna ditch this bag, because from there on out, I was gonna only be traveling with the bike and the 2 other bags over my shoulders, basically. So what I did is I left this bag at the airport in a extended luggage storage area. So there's actually a bunch of these at Haneda. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them in the airport. You go up, you tell them how long your trip's gonna be, how long you want them to hold your bags for, and you leave the bag with them. I'd have to look back at it. I think it was about $150 to leave it there for about 3 weeks. The one that I chose, I'll show on a map right here, was right near the terminal that I was taking to fly out. So as you get to the airport, pretty much right there, I could pick up my bag, drop off my bag. A lot of people like to use storage lockers and use the coin lockers, and those work fine for certain things, but something about just kind of giving it to a person, knowing that it's gonna be there, knowing it's gonna be safe. And I also kept some of my valuables in it. I fly with a Steam Deck and I fly with nice headphones. I just basically stuffed them in the bottom of the bag and left it in the bag storage. Had no issues whatsoever. So the bag itself, as you can see, I'll show you this in real time, folds down like that. These straps go around and clamp it in so that you can get it down to about this size. It's a pretty compact form. It's very lightweight and it's relatively small. So checking it in the bag storage thing at Haneda, no issues at all. This bag does have the ability to turn into a backpack, which is kind of crazy. So if you unzip this part here, these 2 backpack straps come out of it. So you can literally get this thing on you as a backpack. Now, I'm not really sure the use cases of this. These clamp in down here. It's kind of nice that they give you the option to do it, but it is a little absurd, as you can see. It's enormous, and then obviously right now there's nothing in it, but with the bike in it, it would be very heavy. So it's definitely doable in a pinch. I always try to avoid bringing any backpacks with me when I go on trips. Another cool feature is that on the bottom, you can actually attach to it a Brompton front rack situation, and then actually attach this thing like this to the front of the Brompton. Again, some people do that. A lot of people I see online have a big bag in the back, and then they strap this thing to the front so that you can basically roll up to any airport in the world, whether it has bag storage or not, and ride away and have everything with you. So that's really cool that they give you the option. For me, again, it didn't make sense for this trip. As it stands, I'm gonna give this bag a 9.5 out of 10. I had no issues with the bike, 0 damage whatsoever. The overall quality of it is quite solid. I mean, I don't have any, you know, there's a couple little dings here, but, you know, relatively common wear and tear when transporting a bag through an airport. Up until this point right now, I've only done 1 trip with it, so I'll be curious to see how it lasts through maybe 4 or 5 extra trips, because obviously this bag didn't get a ton of wear like the other ones did. The other bags were out on the street all day, whereas this kind of was, you know, sitting in a car and sitting in airport storage for a while. So it really only had action for a short amount of time, which is kind of what it's designed for. But during that time, it performed wonderfully and I had no issues with it. Okay, so that's my Vincita full suite bag review. Like I said, a lot of you guys have been asking for it, so I'm really happy that I finally got this down. If anybody has any extra questions that I didn't address, I'd be happy to address them in the comments. And maybe after a certain number of trips or a certain number of miles, I'll do a follow-up review to see how they're still holding up. I can honestly say that it's a great suite of bags if you're looking to do touring or if you're looking to do general around town riding on a Brompton, as long as you're okay with some of the slight caveats that I talked about during the video. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to all new subscribers. Please subscribe and like if you want to support the channel. Also leave a comment below on what you want to see me do next. If you guys like this format, if you guys like the reviews of equipment, things like that, if there's anything you'd like to see me specifically review or talk about, leave it in the comments below and I'd love to make a video on it. So until next time, thanks for watching.